Hey there guys, how's it going? My name is Sumedh Chatterjee from the Flow Zone Academy and I'm a flow state coach, which means that I help you feel better and perform better. Today I'm going to be speaking to you guys about calmness. Now calmness is obviously a superpower and there's a very important and significant element of calm. So why be calm at all? Without calmness, there would be wars. Without calmness, there would be no composure. Without calmness and order, there will be chaos. Let me try and get you to understand this from my perspective. Today, I woke up very scatterbrained, million thoughts running through my mind. And so let this video be a little bit of a venting for me as well. The process that I just went through in my own mind was the fact that it kept teleporting, it kept time traveling to the future and the past, the future and the past. I was actively taking myself out of the present moment through my thoughts and the way I've been thinking about them. The mind loves to concoct stories. The mind loves to believe, and it needs a reason, it needs a meaning for you to do something. That's why having a purpose is so important. Otherwise, the mind will decide what it is for you, and it'll constantly be seeking. I'm talking to the Flow Jedis out there. I'm talking to the Flow Jedis, and when I say Flow Jedis, I'm talking about the motto or the mantra of Flow Zone Academy, which is, may the flow be with you. Now, this obviously comes from Star Wars. And Star Wars is a war. That's a kite, if you can hear it in the background. Star Wars is a war. However, right now we're at a war of consciousness, which is light versus dark, Jedi versus Sith, yin and yang. And we need to integrate, we need to find our shadow, because the flow state, may the flow be with you, it's equivalent to the Force or the Tao. If we can be calm and silent, we can perceive and listen to our own intuition speaking. Because our intuition does not speak with words. It speaks in symbols, speaks in abstraction, speaks in a little feeling here and there, a little nudge, a gentle nudge from the universe, a little super poke from the universe, right? We've got to be able to understand what is happening in this internal process. You see, a lot of us feel like we're lost. We're not lost, we're just going inwards. And a lot of people think that life is happening to them or at them. No, it's happening through them and for them. And so what calm allows us to do is it gives us a unique perspective to shift and look at the world. And this is why having a movement practice is so beneficial, like yoga or meditation or calisthenics or ecstatic dance. It gets you out of the mind and into the body. And simply, if you're speaking and living and being and doing and having from the heart, you're going to slowly get out of the mind. See, we spend so much money to simply get out of the mind. I'm going to pause this video right here because it started to rain. Whenever I make a powerful video, it starts to rain. And so I'm going to continue this video indoors. Just ponder what I just said, and I'll be back with you soon. Alright guys, so calmness. You see, calmness is like an energy saving mode. Do you guys feel this? Whereas panic is a contractive energy, it's trying to protect, it's trying to conserve. Calmness is a giving energy. Calmness is energy saving mode. Now it sounds like a paradox, but calmness is actually an expansive energy, because it is from that calmness that things can grow. It's from the silence that things can happen. Try making a decision from a frantic, scattered mind. You're not going to make the best of decisions. However, from a calm mind, from a chill, relaxed, laid-back type of mind, you're going to be making amazing decisions, because you can actually concentrate on one thought at a time. You see, excessive thinking is actually from suppressed feeling. So I had to ask myself today, what was I avoiding to feel? What was I avoiding to feel? And I think I was avoiding to feel stressed out in my own mind, because with my book coming out, with many great changes happening, there are some very big life decisions that I have to make. that I have to make, but you see, even in my language, I said I have to make, which is a pressure. Right? I could have easily chosen the words I get to make or I choose to make. So this is how you catch yourself. I'm actually giving you the process as I'm going through it myself. You might feel uneasy. So what is a way that I get myself back into that feeling of calmness? Because right now you guys might be perceiving me and you're sensing I'm calm, but inside I can have a whole internal world and dialogue going on, correct? So I'm pretty much calm right now. However, you notice that I'm sweating a lot. There is actually, man, my body has been getting so thermal, like it's unbelievable. I've been losing so much weight through calisthenics and like just moving around, and I've been doing a lot of meditation with Hollis. Like, that's what it is. I skipped on my meditation today, and I'm not ashamed of saying that. But after this video, I'm going to meditate and get myself back. You can always restart your day. You can always restart your day. You just have to decide, like now. You just have to decide. And the thing is, a lot of us don't decide. We let life just sway us around. We become the leaf in the wind where we recognize that we are the wind. We are everything. What would I do in this process? You guys are going to laugh at me. But first of all, I just get into my body, okay? I just can very much do what the body wants to do, stretch, just like, release any tension so the energy can flow, the blood flow, the nitric oxide can get me into the release phase of the flow cycle, all right? So maybe even massaging myself a little bit like this. Now, what's the process that I would do next? Yawning. Even if I had to pretend yawn, it's an incredible thing to get you into that relaxed state of mind. And if you yawn before sleep time, before bed, you'll actually notice you're going to transition from waking state to sleeping state a lot smoother. I got this is an azurite crystal meditation beads, japa beads today. And these beads are to speak my inner truth. And as you can see, it's already working. I'm letting it out. I'm letting it go. So yawn it. And then what would happen for me to change my state up, to get myself back into calm from the frantic, anxious energy? I would do some kind of movement. I did some movement this morning. I just know in the back of my mind that I could have pushed it. And so I'm going to push later on today and do another workout. You got to practice easing. Just ease. And it's in the way that you say the word ease. You can say ease, which sounds very choppy, or ease. That's the way I hear it to really get me calm. Just ease, man. Everything's gonna be fine, bro. You see that delivery? That's the way I'm speaking to myself in my mind, consciously, as I'm getting myself much more calm. And what tends to happen now? I get a lot more mindful. I start to notice the tension in my neck. I start to notice how I'm placing emphasis on certain words. Certain words are having certain kinds of emphasis. A little bit of exaggeration can make it seem silly, playful, and fun. Now that's change in vibration already, right? So I can just not force a laughter, but just allow whatever needs to come out. It's a yeah, like the start of Ed, Ed and Eddie. You guys ever watched that cartoon? Ed, Ed, Ed. Yeah. I always remember that as a kid. I used to love that cartoon. It was so weird. I like to mix the word calm into my vocabulary, or my flowcabulary, you could call it. So instead of confidence, I would say the word calm-fidence. Just a calm confidence. This state of certainty and ease, which is a relaxed wakefulness, like an alpha waves kind of, if we were to look at it neuroelectrically, from this space, you are alert, you know what's going on around you, you sense danger at the same time, you're just calm. You're calm, you're relaxed, but at the same time, you're awake. You're alert. You know what's around you. You know what's going to happen. If someone were to throw a basketball into the air, as I'm doing this video, I would be able to catch it. That's the kind of energy. So if you want to tap into that energy a little bit more, practice this technique of Hakala. Okay? It's a kahuna technique. And kahuna, actually, in Hawaii, there's certain shamans in Hawaii who are called part of the kahuna religion. And they believe about a certain knowingness, and that certain knowingness is the truth that the soul is eternal. And so they are raised without doubt. They grow up without doubt in the mind. Now, doubt is what trickles into different situations, and it stops us. It actually blocks us. It clogs up the pipes, let's say. It prevents us from actually being this free, limitless, quantum being that we are. And that's, again, it's a construct of the mind. We've allowed and given doubt permission to come in. And what better way to train doubt than through challenging yourself and challenging your own mind and challenging your own body and challenging your own spirit. So let's say that you're about to talk to somebody and you're really nervous to talk to them. Expose it to the light. This is something that I got from actually being a part of social dynamics boot camps and like dating boot camps, right? This is a technique that I got from Yadavir, if you're watching, brother. So I would notice that I would excessively start overthinking as I started approaching different girls and like talking to them. And then at a certain point, I was completely pure and true within my intention. And it set something free, it unlocked something, and I got to that calm state where I could actually control things. If you're not in a calm state, you can't really control things. What I was doing is like, let's say for instance, like, why do I do this anyway? Why would I approach somebody, right? And I got to the real truth of it. And one of my intentions that I was coming from is that I was seeking validation, right? I was seeking validation from women. I have no shame to say that because it was the truth, right? And so when I said that out loud to her, she giggled. Like, I remember this one girl I approached, and I was like, hey, if you just smile at me, I just need your validation for a second, okay? And she smiled, and she let something go, because it was honest, it was pure. It wasn't me putting on this show. It wasn't me, like, rehearsing some pickup line. It wasn't me, like, trying to make something happen and, like, juxtapose and, like, think of the right thing to say at the right time. Like, that is not flow. That is not flow state. That's actually struggle phase. And you're going to go through that phase a little bit in the beginning, too. But if you just get into a talkative state, I remember, I forgot your name, brother. I think it was Nishant, right? So me and Nishant were in a group together, and we were approaching together, right? He would do a set, I would do a set. Set means just like, approaching people. So group of girls, right? And so he would do one, I would have to do one after that, right? And we were kind of keeping in check on each other and stuff. And we got to a certain point where we're both very in our heads. And it was just a state of like, gosh, I just feel so trapped. I feel so, I can't do this. And we decided together as a little inside joke that we would start speaking gibberish. All right, this was hilarious, guys. Okay? This was actually really, really hilarious. Because we would just start being like, we would just like invent this language. And like we would just talk like we knew what we were saying, but we had no clue. But just the certainty of us speaking in gibberish, people listening to us, passerbys, would think we're speaking in another language that they have no idea about. Some people smiled and they got the joke. Others were just oblivious to it, and that brought me some kind of a sense of joy, right? Like I got away with something or something, right? I don't know what it was, but it was a very quick state booster of gibbering because it was also crushing my ego. Crushing my identity of, I must be professional and I must look this way and I must do this and I must do that. Very proper, prim and proper. Yes, indeed. That was completely annihilated. And I do remember after I did that a couple of times, I walked into the clothing store and I approached this really gorgeous girl. Her name was Pratiksha, I think her name was. I don't really remember. If you're watching this, Pratiksha, I remember that time when I walked in the store in Delhi, all right? Look, man, I straight up walked in there, and first of all, I was just BSing, right? I was looking around the store, and I was like, huh, do I like these jeans? I'm like trying to get an excuse to talk to this girl. And so I started off with that because that was what was in my mind. Now we're going a bit into speaking about like social dynamics. I don't know why, but this is important towards calm, all right? It's related somehow, all right? I just wanted to express myself in this way. What had happened was I just told her, hey, look, I'm looking for jeans this size. What do you think? And she was like, oh, this, yeah, maybe this or something. And then she was kind of like, kind of meh. And I was like, look, I don't really care about jeans. I just thought you were super cute and I just wanted to talk to you. And that's when I broke the facade, right? So I was in the facade and then I was like, look, all right, you got me. I don't care about these jeans. I know you work here. Let's actually pretend to have a conversation about clothes so your boss doesn't get mad in the store. But I actually really like you. So let's continue talking. And she didn't have an Instagram or a Facebook. She only had a TikTok at that time. So I actually added her on TikTok. I remember this. It's weird. Anyway, now TikTok is shut down in India. So, that's gone. Anyway. But yeah, I just remember that was an amazing and profoundly vulnerable interaction where I was actually stating intention. Me doing that, it gave me a sense of like, boom, freedom. I'm in it. I'm doing it. I'm actually doing something. I'm taking action. And that taking action gave me an increasingly tranquil state, a state of calm. That's what I was coming to. When you say you're going to do something and you're a man of your word or a woman of your word and you do it, it's going to bring you calm. But the moment you have an unclosed loop in your mind, you said you were going to do this thing and you didn't do it, that's the moment where it starts to mess with you. And now I caught it. I just caught it, guys. All right, I just caught it right now. The thing was, in the morning, I told myself I was going to meditate, but then I didn't. I skipped out on it. That's what it was. That was the suppressed feeling, and now it's coming back again. And I just expressed it, and I just went through this whole rabbit hole journey in this video to explain that to you. So I hope you enjoyed this video. It's very different from the rest of my videos. I kind of rambled different places, but I hope this was helpful to you to actually learn from. Have an amazing day. May the flow be with you, and stay legendary.